Hello, and welcome to the ED 407 Horizons Report Technological Predictions. Today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some things that were in the time to adapt horizons. Basically, we're going to start out with the 1 year or less, and this is out of the 2013 edition. So, they back then they were talking about flipping a classroom. And basically, what this technology is, it's using screen capture software and PowerPoints to record basically a live lesson. Uh, Once they're recorded, you can post them out to Facebook, and you can limit it to students. You can open it up to the world to see. Uh, this enables students to spend their valuable class time immersed in hands-on activities that often demonstrates the real-world application of the subjects they're learning. Uh, The flipped classroom model is becoming increasingly popular in higher education institutes because of how it arranges or rearranges the face to face instruction of the professor and the student, creating more efficient and enriching use of the class time. Basically, what this is the instructor or the professor can give the assignment to go out and watch the video. Explain everything out in the video so when they actually get in the classroom, they can kind of put it into practical application, allowing the students more face to face time with the instructor. And that is flipping the classroom. The next subject that we talked about in this particular lesson was learning analytics. Um, that is in the time to adapt on the horizon is 1 to 2 years or less. And basically, what learning analytics is, it uses research data analysis to help inform decisions made on every tier of education system, leveraging students to deliver personalized learning, enabling adaptive practices, and identifying learning issues at the time for them to be solved, or in time for them to be solved. The idea of this is to use data to adapt instruction to the individual uh, learner's needs in near real time. Basically, what that is talking about is allowing analytics can potentially help transform education from a standard size, one size fits all system to a more responsive and flexible framework crafted to meet the students' academic needs and interests. Basically, this keeps them more interested in the learning aspect, and that is learning analytics. The next thing up was 3D printing. The time to adapt was 2 to 3 years. Again, this was particular piece was written in 2013, so we're probably right in the middle of this right now, and we really are. The technology is basically known as rapid prototyping or 3D screen printing. Um, it gives the object basically a three-dimensional form, three-dimensional modeling software, computer-aided design tools, computer-aided CAT technology, and X-ray uh, crystal crystallography. Basically, what this is talking about is it allows for 3D printers to build a tangible model or a prototype in an electronic file. Then it builds it one layer at a time. It uses an extrusion process. You can use plastics or other flexible materials that can be heated up and sprayed through a jet head, like an inkjet printer does, but except it's done on a three-dimensional level. It applies a very thin coat of a bonding agent into a fixable powder, basically. The adaptation of 3D printing is becoming or is being fueled by online applications. You can get them, download them at these sites. They're free, and it allows you to actually build and model projects yourself. And that is 3D printing. The next thing was games and gamification. With games and gamification, this technology is really coming to light now. It was basically a 1 to 2 year out at the time of this, but basically what it's doing is integrating the gaming elements, mechanics, and frameworks into a non-gaming situation or scenarios. Basically, this is allowing students to build a scenario-based education, or the instructor to build a scenario-based instruction through a gaming model to present to a student and allow him to learn from it, basically. What it does, it uses software that can be embedded into LMS and other web applications, and it can also incentivize professional development. Younger folks, or kids nowadays, I should say, uh, learn with a joystick, and this is allowing them to use that technology in learning. Um, as gaming continues to dominate the discussion among educators, it's important that it doesn't come disenchanted to the students if it's executed poorly. Basically, this is to try to keep them on track and they can learn from it. So, need to make it relevant to both the curriculum and the students' lives. And that is gaming and gamification. Next item I looked at is qualitative self. And quantitative self describes the phenomenon of consumers being able to closely track the data, basically with wearable devices. Nowadays, we're using them on our wrist. This was originally a 4 to 5 year out, but we're actually in that now. We've got wristbands, watches, headbands, necklaces, everything that tracks our fitness, our sleep cycles, and our eating habits. Um, what it allows to do is technologies that can tap into the interest in the form of mobile apps, wearable devices, and cloud-based services, so you can collect and store that data. Quantitative self is also potential to shape the future of some industries. In the medical field, it's already being used. For instance, doctors are not only using traditional medicine, but also tracking that individual data, such as heart rate, blood pressure, sugar levels. And we're actually using it here in the advancement of the fields that I work in, enabling computers to search for patterns to help physicians more accurately diagnose patients. Educators at the moment, it says they can only hypothesize about the new era of academics, but this is actually coming true to fact now, and it is a growing field for educators, and that is quantitative self. Okay, virtual assistants. Virtual assistants has now been around for a while, especially with the use of the iPhone. Uh, basically, this is a credible extension of work being done in natural resources, natural user interfaces. What it does, it allows to build for a concept of interface across the spectrum of engineering, computer science, biometrics, and the latest iterations of virtual assistants. Basically, you're seeing them in smart TVs, but you're also seeing them in iPhones, the internet connected, voice directed, anything like that. So, and that was virtual assistants. And this has been my presentation of ED 407 Horizons. My name is Ricky Holden, and thank you for your time.